Medical Symposium with Dr. Schrader and Dr. John Ray Titano. Dr. Schrader, you had a comment that you wanted to make.
Yeah. I just wanted to follow up on where John was before the break.
Okay.
What the basic science tells us, what we know is true, is that if you eat way too much, if you become obese, you will probably become diabetic. You drastically increase your chances of heart disease. And likewise, if you don't exercise, you contribute to all of those. Conversely, if you're able to control your weight, to exercise regularly, near and dear to your heart, you can prevent those things, and that's the message. And this ties in with the message we're trying to all get to school kids about exercising them, getting them away from the two-finger exercises.
There we go. You know, docs, I speak for myself. You guys are definitely a lot younger than I am. but yeah, we didn't grow up in the computer age, right, Doc? As a matter of fact, Doc, you were asking me if this was a computer. Anyway, let's talk about this symposium. How can people enroll? Who are this really tailored to? And is there a fee? Give us all the information regarding this symposium.
Thank you, Jesse. The symposium is really catered to physicians, to nurses, and also allied health.
Okay.
So we have respiratory therapists, we have, I think, administrators that are signed up. Of course, physicians and nurses are signed up as well. The cost is $300 for physicians, as well as $150 for the nurses and allied health. This entitles them to get credit for up to 15 what we call AAFP prescribed credit.
Okay.
American Academy of Family Practice is allowing us to award 15 AAFP prescribed credit, which is the equivalent, according to the AMA, of Category 1 Physician Recognition Award. Wow. It's the equivalent. So it helps our docs and our nurses and our allied health toward licensure, which is a requirement for Guam as well as for the University of the United States.
So basically, if they're having to move off island, this is something that can follow them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Good everywhere.
Yeah. Tell us about some of the topics. I mean, I know what they are, but please tell me, because it's all relevant to what's happening not just in Guam but our region.
Yes. The theme, like I said, is prevention of. We're talking about mainly non-communicable diseases, mainly diabetes and hypertension and coronary artery disease. We're talking about renal disease. Guam, because of its diabetes, the high prevalence, we have lots of heart disease, heart attacks. We're seeing heart attacks in young people here in Guam. In the States, when I was doing my residency, we very seldom had a heart attack in individuals younger than age 50. On Guam, I'm seeing heart attacks in the 20s and in the 30s.
Strokes as well?
And strokes as well. Part of that is the hypertension, part of that is the food, the diet that we have, high in fat, high in salt. So those kind of lifestyle changes can go a long way toward hopefully reducing the incidence of hypertension, diabetes, heart attacks, and strokes on Guam. Very, very important. We need to do our part. But one of the things I really want to impart upon my patients, especially parents and grandparents, I remind them that they're role models. Our children look up to us. Our grandchildren look up to us. So what we do, how we act, how we conduct ourselves, they learn from that. So we're good role models by exercising regularly, watching what we eat, don't smoke, don't drink. And hopefully our kids take that on and they become healthier. What Dr. Schrader was saying initially, that our children may be dying before we are. And that is a sad thing when you're burying your child. Your child should be burying us. Our children should be burying us. We shouldn't be burying our children, but we're seeing that now because of the high incidence of obesity and early diabetes, and as a result of the complications of diabetes, amputations, heart attacks, strokes, early death.
I mean, and Doc, and the reality is, and that really the sad reality is that that's not what we're looking for in the answer to Social Security and Medicare. No. That's not a presidential answer. Exactly. That your kids are not going to live that long, so we can raise the bar on the age of requirement. But anyway, in all joking matter and everything. But really, you have a lot of guests coming in here, guest speakers from the region that again are very familiar, and even with their own populations are tackling this thing as we speak. Yeah.
We have 3 speakers from the Philippines, from the medical city, a Dr. Feliciano, who will be speaking on rheumatology. We don't have a rheumatologist in Guam. We also asked the infectious disease consultant, Dr. Burba, to come, speaking on HIV and tuberculosis. We also asked Dr. Dim Jamora, who's a dermatologist. IS Medical City provide 3 physicians that we don't have on Guam to be able to share their expertise and also be available for kind of curbside consultations. We also have the Minister of Health, Dr. Stevenson Corte from Palau, will be speaking on his keynote address will be on non-communicable disease.
Okay.
And then we also have Dr. Arsenal, who is a surgeon in Chuuk. We have lots of participants, nurses and physicians from the Micronesian islands, Chuuk, Ponape, Kosrae. We have individuals coming in, and of course we have a physician from Hawaii coming in as well. So we have people from the region. One of the purposes, or the mission of the Micronesian Medical Symposium is for networking. We want to build bonds of friendship, make new friends, and build bonds of friendship with our colleagues, both on island and off islands. And the other thing is we want to showcase Guam. So when these individuals come and visit our island, they see our beautiful beaches, our 5-star hotels, eat our gourmet eating restaurants, and then they go home and they experience our hospitality, and they go home and become ambassadors to Guam.
There we go. Hey, Docs, we're going to take one other break, and then we'll come back and wrap up this version of Buzz, okay?
Fantastic.
Be right back.